Hi, so here's the finished watercolor, if you will. I call it Monarchs and Flags at the Barnacle. But I wanted to tell you a little bit how I got there and what I started with and how I led up to it, including my pencil sketch, if you will. So the first thing I did was I backed up and included another flag just to give it a little more rhythm, a little more color. And then what often happens when you're outdoors painting is that then Alberta showed up, who's well known on the island. I've met her, and she uses walking sticks, and she's an artist, and she's lovely. And I thought, why not put her in the painting? So here's my little pencil sketch. I mean, didn't take me too long at all. What's going on here is we've got the flags here, and I cheated. This flag in actuality was way over here. I pulled it here, and then it sort of creates a flow, if you will, which comes around, and then actually the monarchs bring you back to the figure, if you will, and then the figure brings you back to the flowers. So there's a little tension whether the figure is the focus or the monarchs and the flowers are the focus. And frankly, I wanted the figure there as just an emotional figure. Someone can relate to it and say, hey, I could be sitting there. But the monarchs and the flowers, I think you'll see in the end, probably win the battle, if you will. So that's kind of what I'm doing. It comes in. This 2x4 is interrupted by this 2x4, but it brings you again over to this side. You come from the right to the left, then back around, and then back around again. And that's sort of the basic of design. You want the eye to keep moving, if you will. And there's also some pleasant lines, you know, the hat, the back, coming up the arm, if you will, the coffee cup here. And monarchs are beautiful in and of themselves. And then the flowers, of course, on both here and here are striking. And then, well, the decennial flags with the red, white, and blue are probably the strongest statement in the painting. So what do they say? Do as I do, not as I say. I mean, you've got strong colors. You've got competing interests. You really should have one center of interest, but sometimes if this is the main center of interest, hers is second center, and hers a third, if you will. So let's go look at the painting. So you can see I start with a very light grayish, bluish sky. And here you can see I've just, for the blue in the flag, I just floated in some blue. It's simple, kept it, because I'm going to go back into it later.